Here we go.
All
We got
right.
LSU, we got Indiana U, we got Houston All Us throwback. We here from Florida to Atlanta to Las Vegas, and we ready to talk some sports on tonight. Stay with us, people. We're gonna have some fun tonight.
We have fun every night, Rob, don't we?
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it do what it do, baby.
We're gonna have some fun. We are officially ready for another Thursday edition talking sports with the 12th man. We welcome you into the huddle, as they say. A lot of things to catch up on. A lot of headlines, man. We got so much stuff we can talk about. We can go about 3 hours, but hopefully we won't do that. We won't do that. Rob, appreciate you not having 25 topics, but it is always a pleasure to see you
Yeah.
guys, gentlemen.
Only 24 tonight.
That's it. That's it. Keep it going. Things to get into. Obviously, notice we
20. I'm being facetious.
did.
Yeah.
We did a recap of the national championships. We'll have to talk about that in a quick second. But it's all good, America. You know the drill. Super excited. A little bit got a brand new website up. We'll talk about that. Post some links about that a little later. You know the drill. Let's talk about our fellas. How you guys doing this evening, man? Start with you, Rob. Rob decided to go dark. Rob, you okay, man?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, all is good, fellas. It's always great to be back on the air with you guys. We talk some sports and have some fun on the night. And as I said earlier, in the words of Ray Charles, we're gonna make it do what it do, baby.
Just like that. Gary, how you feeling this evening, sir?
Doing good. Doing good. We went out for dinner tonight to an Italian restaurant. It's my brother's birthday. He's 60,
Nice.
64 today, but he says he's dyslexic, so he says he's 46.
Oh man,
Happy
it's
birthday.
always good to feel younger than your age. That's a blessing.
There it is. Another trip around the earth, as they say, around the sun. JQ will be joining us shortly, but you guys know the drill. We got the little notes posted as always. You want to follow us, reach out to us. You know the drill. We are always at the signature. If you want to follow us on a couple of platforms, you can do that. We are on Twitter or X, as the kids say, which is at the number 12, which is another 12 Man Sports. We are on Facebook, where if you're watching, we are streaming live. Go to facebook.com/talking sports with the 12th man. And then last but not least, we are on YouTube. Let's go. Follow us on YouTube, which is our page, which is another 12th Man Sports. It's also listed on the crawl. We got a lot of things to reach out to you guys as well. So, and then same thing for our website too. It's the same thing, another 12th Man Sports. You can follow us, join the huddle, see a nice little scouting report on you fellas. We're gonna add Richard on the bench, and we're gonna show some love to Naj. He'll actually talking to Naj today. I talked to him pretty regularly too, so he was saying that it's hard to jump on whenever he's got like a lot of noise in the background, but we'll get him on at some point. So a lot of love. Let's keep this moving as always, gentlemen. So let's kind of kick it off with the. We had some interesting firings and whatnot, and I guess to kick it off, did the Bills do the right thing by firing Sean McDermott? Now, again, he was following that heartbreaking 33-30 loss to the Broncos in the playoffs. He had a 98-50 record and 5 straight AFC East titles, but never got them over the hump. He was 8-8 playoffs, so obviously that was tough. Some people said the loss was mainly on Josh Allen didn't play that well, but obviously a couple calls and whatnot too. So there was another heartbreak stat that I guess the Bills have surrendered a fourth quarter lead in for their last 5 playoff exits, right? This was in 2022, 2024, 2025, and 2026 too. So that's a little tough, man. But Rob, what say you? I mean, he had a 66.2% winning percentage, but he's the only coach in history to lose 3 consecutive games while leading in the fourth quarter, which is tough. So I know
Yeah.
all the Shanahan fans are going to talk junk, but that's another stat too. So there you go.
Yeah. The right answer to this question will be we won't know for another couple of years if it was the right decision to fire Sean McDermott or not. Tony Dungy got fired, several years ago, and they hired John Gruden, and he went on and won the Super Bowl, right? But could they have won the Super Bowl with Tony Dungy? I totally believe they could have, absolutely,
Absolutely.
right? He built that team,
Yeah.
right? But I'm going to say my answer to the question. I'm going to say no. Um, I'm going to take the safe route and say no. It wasn't the right thing to do to fire Sean McDermott. They've had so much success. He's brought so much stability to that franchise, and yet they have been close. They just haven't been able to get over the hump. But I believe, obviously Josh Allen didn't play well in that game, as you just mentioned, Andre, with like 4 turnovers between his INTs and between the fumbles. And one of those fumbles, he was running and holding the ball like this. And in football, you always taught to hold it high and tight, right? And Josh Allen is a veteran quarterback. He should know better than to hold the football like this while he's running.
Right.
The guy just comes along and knock the ball out of his hands from behind. That was ridiculous, right? So I'm going to say, look, no. And that was not a complete team, that Buffalo team, right?
Yeah.
That team had no wide receivers. I mean, last I checked, they had Gary Schaefer and Andre Peterson at wide receiver.
So they were stepping up the wide receiver.
Cooks was trying to cook, but no.
Man,
he like 80 years old.
Let's put this in perspective. The New Orleans Saints cut Brandon Cooks.
Wow.
Let's put that in perspective.
I'll try to throw some love.
That's how bad the wide receiver crew was for this Buffalo Bills. The New Orleans Saints cut Brandon Cooks this season, right? And he's like 89 years old, and he's only like 5'2". And, so the combination of that, and he's short. I mean, come on, man. They got some good tight ends, got a good running game, but that was not a complete Buffalo Bills team.
No.
I think they could have did some more work to build a better roster.
Yeah.
And but obviously we won't know if this was a good decision for another couple of years. But I think today I'm going to say no, that was not the right thing to do, in my personal opinion. I would have tried to help Sean McDermott and get him some more help.
Well, that's my only note that I put on this particular topic was we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because we won't know. And as far as Josh Allen, yeah, you can talk about an 8-8 playoff record, but you don't talk about them in his 16 playoff games getting really blown out. I mean, they've lost so many heartbreakers to mostly to Kansas City,
Baltimore, Kansas City.
But so with that, the top teams, and you're in those games, primarily because of your quarterback and head coach.
Yeah.
And now you just fired your head coach. We'll see. I don't think it was a good move either. I say retool, bring some people in free agency, do whatever like that, but don't start the whole process over with someone else.
Yeah,
I think it was an emotional decision. I think it was a very emotional decision, and I think that was something that needed some more time to be thought out before you make a decision like that. Would they made that decision like a day or two after they lost? I mean, that was a very emotional decision in my opinion.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Who you talking about? Buffalo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit, I know exactly what happened. They told you what happened. He walked in there and said, "Man, this roster sucks." And they said, "What?" And he said, "I'm telling you, this roster sucks." And he did his best, and they went out there, and Josh Allen was awful, but they still scored 30 points and lost. They said, "Man, hell no, he didn't disrespected us," and they fired him 100%.
JQ on the insider tip right there. Yeah, that sounds
no. No, did you not see it? No. Oh, this is
I saw the owner's press conference.
owner's press conference.
No. I didn't come up with that. What's his name? It's covered the Bills for a while. Vic. His last name starts with C. He got a tip that I don't know if it was McDermott. McDermott went in the office with Brandon Bean and Pagula and said, "Hey, I don't really think we have a Super Bowl roster," and then this is before the end of the regular season into the playoffs, and then that happened, and everybody was crying. It was like, we didn't like him, no way, and they let him go. When you get a chance to look that up, that's not me breaking news. That's something that I read, and I've seen referenced on sports shows. So that happened. And you can't walk in the house and tell the general manager and the owner that they effed up the roster and then they lost. They said, well, he don't believe in this roster, so they fired him.
Culture change, man. Was he the best coach since Marv Levy? Come on, Buffalo.
Listen, that Buffalo secondary is trash, just like that Rams secondary trash. They are.
It was a flawed roster.
Just
We just
get
talked
it done
about that.
on the roster.
Yeah.
Sean McDermott didn't.
Oh, my bad. I didn't go back.
Yeah,
he didn't.
Hey, Dre. Richard's trying to get on, but he's not seeing anything in the comments.
Here's my thing: is I know you paid Josh Allen.
It's a flawed roster.
And you just paid James Cook. Like the Bengals, I understand. You pay Burrow, you play both wide receivers, and then you franchise your tight end. That's a lot of money. I'm looking at the Bills like, who else is making a lot of money outside of Josh Allen on that roster? To where you can't get wide receiver help. Their wide receivers suck, and I didn't know that they could have gotten Jalen Waddle and didn't. That's bad.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to throw some flowers to Joe Brady because he drew up a couple different plays. He definitely was able to keep them competitive in the game too. So Joe was like one hand tied behind your back, but still, like you said,
it's on Josh Allen.
Yeah,
it's also on Josh Allen. He fumbled the ball and then he threw picks, and they still scored 30 points. They scored 45 if he don't turn the ball over.
It's true.
Yeah. And before you joined, JQ, one of the demonstrations I was showing, one of those fumbles, he was holding the ball like this while he was running.
Yeah.
Right?
He was, and they smacked it and went 15 yards behind him.
Yeah. You taught in football to hold the ball high and tight, and he was running with the ball like this in his hand. The guy comes from behind him and knocked the ball out of his hands. That's
running like it's a loaf of bread is what they say, and you're right. So he's got to bear some responsibility. Yeah, I think Sean. I don't know how you get better than Sean McDermott right now, and all the locker rooms told you that it was some BS. But some of that's got to be on Josh Allen, and that's why he was crying like so hard because he know.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's kind of a combination of things. I mean, that was your opportunity. We'll see what happens because, America, this may be a very interesting offseason because we don't know if you kind of hear some rumblings about, Lamar Jackson being traded to the Raiders. We don't know anything about that. That's just kind of rumors.
Listen,
that's not going to happen.
Do it.
Not going to happen.
JQ's trying to get Lamar Jackson out of the division. But I'm just
listen. Yes, do it.
Let's shake it up.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I know. We just like making.
The only big star that might get traded this offseason is AJ Brown. It won't be Lamar Jackson.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know. My next one will be Max Crosby. I don't know how long he's willing to wait on Mendoza.
Yeah, we'll see. Mm-hmm. Like I said, if you're the Jets, you got some. You're kind of hoping and praying for things to happen, but again, we'll see how that plays out. And
poor Jets.
Jets gonna be trying to go out and get Mac Jones or one of them dudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Jets gonna be trying to do.
Poor Jets fans.
Whoever comes in for the Bills, is the Bills a good job, guys, or is it kind of you're gonna be the same thing like McDermott and this roster?
Well, it's a good job because you got Josh Allen, right? You got the right pieces around him. Right. Josh Allen is still a top 5 quarterback in this game. He had a bad game the other night, but he's still a top 5 quarterback. Yeah. So, I mean, if you look at the jobs that's open still, obviously Baltimore just hired Jesse Minter. If you look at the jobs that's open, I know a lot of people may not want to live in Buffalo, but if you want a shot at winning the Super Bowl, that's the job you want.
Yeah. Thurman Thomas.
You know what?
Andre Reed.
I'm sorry, Gary. I feel like I've come in here and you was talking and I took over your time. I don't know any. I don't know anymore. After hearing the owner and the GM, I don't know anymore because they basically said, man, he basically said, I like what he's doing. And it's on you to get wherever dudes he draft and coach him up and win with him. It's what I basically heard out of that press conference. I was like, listen, Nugget, you know who was also drafted as a wide receiver as the first pick in the second round?
Who's that?
T. Higgins.
Wow.
T. Higgins. So when you're talking about Keon Coleman, and he was supposed to be that guy, And they're right, but you can't. First of all, you can't just talk about Keon at the press conference. That is
like I didn't really want
wild.
that dude. Yeah, he can't say you didn't really want that dude. I mean,
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you can't say that.
That's
He's
it.
kind of like Anquan Bolden, possession receiver.
Yeah.
He's not going to be.
Listen, don't you respect disrespect Antron Bolden and Antron Bolden like that?
What I'm trying to say is he's not the fastest. He's a possession receiver, but Anquan Bolden had a stellar career.
Yeah. He's an elevated receiver. Like, I'm going to get all the 50-50 balls in this phone booth. It's who he was, and that's not who Keon Coleman is. Keon Coleman is just a jokester who thinks he's faster than he is. But when you miss on it, my point is when you miss on that pick like that, he was supposed to be that bridge wide receiver away from Stephon Diggs. So when you miss on that guy and you roll out, Brandon Cook's old concussed ass, that can't be your option. And Gabe Davis, who did nobody want, like, come on, man.
Yep. We talked about this before you came on, JQ. You got to put this into perspective. The New Orleans Saints cut Brandon Cooks. That's how bad the wide receiver room for the Buffalo Bills was. The New Orleans Saints cut Brandon Cooks. So that's awful. He's only 5'2". He's 89 years old.
He said he was 5'2".
Overall.
Only 5'2".
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm caught up now. We can go to the next topic. Yeah, they did McDermott wrong. Is also what I'm saying. And I don't know if I want that Buffalo job. It's
hey,
that
still
dude got
Josh
promoted.
Josh Allen makes the job still attractive, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if you got to I'm going to end it on this note, and honestly, but if you go there as a coach, right, and maybe you're on your second job, and you say, I'm going to get Josh Allen, but Brandon Beane still goes out there and F's up the drafts, and he's leaving you with chicken salad trying to win, and they've already told you that they're going to put the coach as a scapegoat. Why would you want to be the second scapegoat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I say
Josh Allen's going to always give him a shot.
Yeah.
Listen, I get it. But they're asking you to be so crazy with your game plan and all this because until he gets better with his picking, I don't know. We can move on.
That's what happens when you press. He's pressing and he's making mistakes because of it. Because he didn't have the talent.
Now he's made some good picks as a GM. I mean, he got James Cook in like the third round. That turned out to be a really good pick. Obviously, the tight ends he's drafted it turned out to be really solid. He just hasn't hit on the wide receiver picks here of late. And look, Brandon Ayuk is becoming available. John Lynch pretty much said, "Hey, he's."
Man, nobody want Brandon Ayuk's ass.
Now Brandon Ayuk probably he's coming off a major injury right now, so you don't know what he's going to be like, right? But you can't just always rely on a draft. You got to look at, in the NFL, free agency is before the draft, so you got to address your needs in free agency so you could best draft players available when the draft comes around. And that's what Buffalo has to do a better job of.
Listen, I wouldn't touch Brian with a 10-foot pole. Sorry, go ahead, Dre.
Dude, yeah, that's a bad one. Gary, who's the leader for the NFL MVP? I think Matthew Stafford was kind of currently leading the betting favorite over Drake May.
But just barely.
Yeah, it's like 173 versus 174.
Yeah,
144?
Yeah, just barely those two guys. And nobody else is really in the mix.
No.
Stafford led the league with 46 touchdowns, though, which is crazy, right?
But he slumped at the end. I had him on multiple fantasy teams.
He really
was
did.
Not good. The last 3 games, he was not great. He wasn't.
Yep. When you look at the season statistics, it seems like it's an easy decision for Matthew Stafford. But to JQ's point, at the end of the year, in my opinion, Drake May was playing better. And,
100%. Yep.
And my vote will go to Drake May. When you look at their record, they won their division. And obviously Drake May hasn't played well in the playoffs either. He's been getting lucky. He's lost a lot of balls too. Yeah. Thankfully, his teams are recovering them for him. Matthew Stafford had games where he had like 3 INTs in him, and you didn't see any kind of games like that out of Drake May all season.
Yeah. All right. So we're all kind of thinking Drake May is going to win it, is what we're thinking from this perspective right now.
No,
I think Stafford's going to win.
No.
I'm just saying if I was voting, I think Drake May was going to win.
I had to clarify for the people. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I agree with everything Rob just said.
And
This
I
is gonna be
agree
a. This is gonna be.
with what Bob just said as well. May would have my vote, but I don't think May's going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Hell no. Matthew Stafford's been winning. This is going to be a career achievement MVP for him, so he can knock off all the bullets. Super Bowl winner, MVP, all that. He's winning this award.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Probably.
go ahead and let it go.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, let's get through some NFL predictions here, and I'm hoping to get Richard on here to see him give his thoughts because you got the Seans and the Mikes, man. So you're either going to have Sean versus Sean, Mike versus Mike, or Sean. I love it. So you got Sean McVay Rams, Mike McDonald. You got Sean.
Oh, so we can buy some Mike and Ike's.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
Mike, isn't it hilarious? You got the Sean
I've got,
Mikes, man. I love it, man. This is going to be
Ray,
great.
I've got Richard on my he's texting me because he can't text into the system here.
Yeah.
So he's texting me, so he'll be able to give his predictions. I'll let you know what they are.
Yeah, I know it seems like he can hear, but he can't comment, which is a little weird. I know we just had some. I don't think I didn't really touch the site, so
I'm picking the Rams. Sorry.
Well, already out the gate. So you picking the Rams over Seattle, huh? That's what you're doing?
Yeah, because the Rams are Sam Darnold's kryptonite. Until I see him do it, I can't believe in it.
Wow.
He's holding on to that, man.
Rams, okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do the predictions here. So Jake,
What's your score?
Wow.
Ooh, I didn't see this. I didn't see the weather in Seattle, but I think they're on the back half of this shitty ass storm. Listen, the Rams got so many weapons. I'm gonna go 27-24 Rams.
Wow. Rams are the Super Bowl representative. What do you say, Rob?
I'm going to go Seahawks 27-20 in this one. And now I've said this on several shows and clips. This Seahawks team just makes 1 or 2 big plays on special teams and defense every single game. And they get points from it too, right? And I think that's going to be the difference. Their defense, their special teams. You saw Shaheed took the opening kickoff for a touchdown, right? They make 1 or 2 big special teams plays every single game. They make 1 or 2 big defensive plays every single game. And they run the rock, and the Rams defense is struggling right now, right? As long as Sam Darnold takes care of the football and play like he did the other night and just don't turn
Hey,
it over,
there it is.
they're golden.
There it
I think
is.
Seattle wins.
There it is.
27-20.
There it is.
What's
You
the
talk about
score?
me all the time. I'm
27-20.
gonna take
Seattle.
Matthews.
What?
Yep, I'm gonna take Matthew Stafford over Sam Darnold every day and twice on Sunday.
Gary, what do you have, my guy?
Well, I want the Rams to win.
Come on, Gary.
They're gonna take the ball away. They're gonna get it somehow.
Oh, shit.
And unfortunately, my dad's team, and they're hot. I think right now, I think Seattle's the best team. I think Seattle's
They
only gonna
went
win
into
this game, but I think they're
Chicago
gonna win the Super
and
Bowl.
fucking won a game they shouldn't have won in overtime when it was 3 degrees. Jesus.
The cayenne pepper helped them to win that game, man. The cayenne pepper was the difference.
Yeah, they cheated with cayenne pepper. I'm taking Seattle 24-21, and Richard's taking Seattle
Oh, I'm just out here on myself on this hour.
28-17.
I love it. 'Cause
Marcy's
every time that happens,
Marcy's taking the
Go ahead.
Rams.
let's go, Mars.
Marcy's taking. It's hilarious. She's like Rams. I'm like Rams, really? Okay, all right.
All
girl.
right.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go, Rams. Listen, because she
All right.
knows.
Andre, it's up to you. What do you got?
Seattle's the best
Good.
team with all 3 phases.
I'm taking Seattle. I mean, because I just think they're on. I mean, Mike McDonald's coaching his ass off.
Listen, that's
And he
fine.
should be the coach of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, that dude is.
And what's your score?
Hell no.
I'm gonna go 28-24.
Oh, I love it. I'm definitely winning this now. I'm by myself. I love it.
All by myself. Don't wanna be-
Listen, 100. Y'all, listen. Until I see him do it, I can't put money on it.
No, I mean that's a fair analysis.
That's fair enough, but I mean, overall, I just playing at home, that crowd is.
Seattle's just a complete team, in my opinion. When you look at all 3 phases of the game, I mean, the Rams, yeah, they do have. I mean, I'm not Matthew Stafford obviously is a better quarterback. We all agree with that. But the Rams' defense is not as good as Seattle's defense. The Rams' special teams is not as good as Seattle's special teams. I think when you look at the complete game, the complete teams, Seattle just is more of a complete team.
Seattle's
Okay,
defense
can
is
you-
definitely
Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've said this.
Defense-
We've said
That's what
this
we're talking
both
about.
times they played in this regular season, and they've been classic games. So you keep
Yep.
saying that, but Sam Darnold keeps finding a way to keep the Rams in the game, and I don't understand why you think anything is going to be different.
This one's going to be different. This one won't be a 3-point or 2-point game. This is going to be Seattle by at least a touchdown.
Oh my gosh. Okay, sure.
I mean, like I said, the only thing that could be exciting is that we're going to have a new Super Bowl, obviously with, the Rams were there too. But so it's going to be good to have like some new blood in there. But again, Seattle, we'll see who's going to be represented for the NFC. All right, next game. We talked about what happened. Man, just a tough situation with Bo Nix going down. Jared Stidham. This is scary, right? Because right now we're not really sure. I mean, Jared's supposed to he can play, and you talk about some coaching that Sean Payton has. You're going against a dynamic rookie. You're going against we thought that if you had an elite defense, you can knock some things out. But unless you're the unless you're the Bears from '86 or you're for the Baltimore Ravens, it's not going to happen. So Houston fell. CJ Stroud was the best player for the Patriots, and Patriots won that game. So, what say you? This is an interesting matchup. So you got the Broncos and the Patriots. Rob, I'm gonna let you go first. Rob, your thoughts on this game? I hate Sean Payton first and foremost. Go ahead, Rob.
I'm going to go with the Patriots in this one, but I think it's going to be closer than we think. I'm going to go Patriots 24-20. Hey, look, I followed Sean Payton for 15 years when he was a coach with the Saints. And one thing I know about Sean Payton, he loves a challenge, right? I remember the year when Drew Brees missed 5 games and Teddy Bridgewater had to start 5 games. The Saints went 5-0 in those games. Now, look, Teddy Bridgewater was an experienced quarterback, right? So that's the difference. Jared Stidham only's got about 4 starts in his career. Now, I've watched Jared Stidham play at Auburn all the way to the few games he's played in the NFL. And I always thought he could develop into a starting quarterback in the NFL at some point in his career. So, will Sean Payton have that team ready to play? I firmly believe he will. But I just think they're going to come up short. But like I said, even taking the Denver job alone, it tells you how much Sean Payton loves a challenge. He could have said, no way I'm going to Denver. They got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes in that division. I'm not going to Denver. Love him or hate him. I watched him for 15 years, and he takes a lot of pride in these kind of challenges. And so he's going to be motivated. He's going to have that team motivated, but I still think they're just going to come up short. I gave the Teddy Bridgewater example. Those were regular season games. This is an AFC championship game, right? So I think that's going to be the difference. I think New England wins, but I think it's going to be closer than most people think.
Oh, it's gonna be cold as hell. I think it's gonna be closer, but man, come on, bro. If you listen, I
guys, I got an emergency. I gotta go.
All right.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not great. Yeah. Hopefully Gary and everybody's okay.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. You roll this magic carpet ride if you're New England. And yeah, you now got to go to Denver, but bro, you got Drake May who played all year. Defense is playing on a different level, and you got to win that game against Jared Stidham.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to win that game. You can't make it that far and lose to their backup quarterback. You just can't. So I'm gonna take New England in this game for a New England Rams Super Bowl. I think this is a bit more of a dogfight. I'm going to go with the Patriots 21-17.
Yeah, same thing. I mean,
I had a 4-point game too, 24-20.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close too. I'm kind of similar to your score too, JQ, because, again, I was going to 21-17. You did 21-17? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
You mean, I was saying the same thing. I think, even though I do hate, Sean Payton, he's a great coach. You can't fault that dude, man, because he's going to scheme up some things. He's probably going to play keep away. Who knows what he's going to do with Jared, because it is an anomaly. He's got a rookie. Well, Jake Bray's been playing well too, so he's going to try to figure out some things too. So, but I think it's just like one player or two will kind of decide the game too. So it's going to be tight. I don't like both teams. I really hate Sean Payton, and I don't like the Patriots. So it's going to be tough. So rest assured. Go ahead, JQ.
Okay. So at some point though, I like Mike Vrabel. I think Drake May is corny, but I think he's a good dude. We got to let them graduate from the Brady and Belichick hate, right? Like at some point we're gonna have to do it. And I know I'm biased because Vrabel was a Buckeye, but that whole staff, has turned over to a whole other thing, and we gotta
28-3 never is always going to come back, man. Just one of those things. Man. It's going to be hurt.
Well, yeah. You got a different viewpoint on the topic about.
Surprised you brought that up.
What?
I had forgot. I hadn't forgotten. I just hadn't thought about it in this moment. But a lot of that is the Belichick Brady, and for good reason with their cheating asses. But when I'm watching them, I was like, those dudes don't seem as hateful in Foxborough right now, and I don't want the city of Boston to ever win nothing.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
well, technically playing Foxborough. We're close enough, though, right?
Well, I mean,
listen, you stop that.
Those are some good calls. So, I mean, like I said, maybe another year or two. I mean, it'll kind of soften up, but right now it's just, again, it's just more or less like. I guess it's a combination of damn.
I'm pulling for New England in this game. I think I'm pulling for Seattle to win it all.
Yeah, but like I said, JQ, it's like damn. It's like damn, they're good. Damn, like they didn't get a chance. They were just bad. Now they're good. You're like damn, they got to fight with them again. Like at least you thought they're gonna warm up. But like damn, they're good.
You know why? You said to America, the easiest way to reset your franchise, no matter what else is going on, is if you get a competent head coach.
There it is.
Above average or competent quarterback.
Yep.
You can get back as quickly as you possibly can.
It shows you. Yep, coaching is everything. So,
anyway, quarterback play. Now, it's just not the coach. You have a good coach, and you have a bad quarterback, you can get fired, and then go to a better team with another team with a better quarterback. Yeah. But if you get them both, New England's going to be a problem again. Unfortunately, I think.
Yeah, not a bad call. All right, so we're going to kind of skip around here. So obviously, speaking of coaching and bad coaches and stuff like that, obviously. Mentor McDaniel withdrew from the Browns coaching search, but obviously Mentor getting signed by.
Well, obviously Mentor knew something was happening in Baltimore.
Yeah. And then what's looks like if you're the Browns,
Lamar Jackson or Shadur Sanders.
Oh my God! Speaking of like some challenges right there too. So it's. I was looking at some situations too when I was looking at some hot takes about this. It's interesting, right? Because the fact is. Like the Ravens pretty much, I'm sorry, JQ, they stole like the Harbaugh DNA. He's the Michigan system, Chargers, basically it's kind of a reset, if you will, too. So, but anyway, Mentor had a top 5 defense this year, 17 points a game allowed. He returns to Baltimore. He was assistant there from like 2017 to 2020. So it just kind of looks like it's kind of a good move for Jesse to make that return. I was kind of, like I said, I know we thought about other people making that job, but it's just kind of a good situation to go back, and they're going to reset, it looks like.
I was kind of surprised at who selection of Jesse Mentor. I would have thought they would have went with more of an offensive-minded head coach to work with Lamar Jackson. So, to me, that was a little bit of a surprise with them going with Jesse Mentor. Not saying he's not a good coach, but that was somewhat of a surprise to me.
It was a surprise for sure.
Yeah, the problem is I read that, and that they feel Lamar have been, and some of the players have been advocating for him. But they were saying they were trying to get him to bring Cliff Kingsbury as the OC.
Yep, heard about that too.
And I was like,
if they get that, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
If you put those two dudes together, it's not what I want at all. Because you saw what he did with Jayden in his rookie year, and then you get basically the prototype in Lamar. So, but sometimes it's just also going to have to come down to a philosophy. And Pittsburgh and Baltimore have been so used to playing that 80s, early 90s football where we ain't got to score no points. We just going to break your neck coming across the middle, and you ain't going to score no points. And that's just not the NFL we live in anymore. So you look at Pittsburgh with one of the highest paid defenses. Baltimore always spends good money on their defense. Will they forego that kind of identity or try to merge it into more of what the new NFL of scoring points and still having a decent defense, but not just going so far all in on defense you don't even put the requisite money and attention on the offense. So that's what I'm interested to see for both of them actually. But I think it's a good hire, and I think we'll find out if it's a good hire depending on who he brings over as his OC. Because I agree, if your head coach is not offensive, has his background, and you've got Lamar and Derek, then who do you bring in? Where you say, hey, you take this, I'm gonna take this and be the CEO, but the offense is yours. And as long as you do what you need to do, and you ain't alienating people and ain't ready to request a trade, you got carte blanche over that offense. So I'm really interested to see who he picks.
Mm-hmm.
Browns left scrambling. I think they just have Jim Schwartz, Todd Monken, Grant Udinski, and then Bill Belichick's like, "Hey guys, hey, here I am. I'm right here.
I
I'm
never
right
hired
here."
Bill Belichick.
I'm joking. That's my joke, man. So.
On to Cincinnati.
Let's keep this moving here. So who's the coach of the year, Rob?
Hey, I think it's the boy from Seattle, man. He's got the best regular season record. I mean, nobody saw that coming into the season, right? You look at that division, Rams were the clear favorite in that division. And no one saw how good this Seattle team was going to be coming into the season. So you got to give him his due. He's my pick for coach of the year.
I don't know. I thought Seattle was going to be good. I didn't think he was going to be number one seed good. And I can see
you don't even like Sam Darnold. You didn't know they were going to be this good.
Listen, my thing is that they were going to surround Sam Darnold enough where he didn't have to be the hero. I didn't think they was going to be number one seed good, and I concede that. But you could have told me the Jaguars was even going to make the playoffs.
Well, that's a surprise too. But are the Jaguars still playing?
Oh man!
But this is a regular season.
Okay?
This is a regular season award.
Oh, was he chopping off?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Seattle. No, good point.
It's a regular season
piece.
It's a regular season award.
But they didn't have a better regular season than Seattle.
But I thought Seattle was going to have somewhat close to the season they was going to have. I thought Jacksonville was going to be picking right next to the Bengals. I did. So that's almost like if you want to talk about the bands of difference, I thought Seattle has a good roster. They were building it, I thought, through the draft coming into the season and was trending in the right direction. I really did. I was looking at Jacksonville like, all right, Liam, we had talked about it. We have us been on this podcast talking about, man, they took Trevor Lawrence with that pick, paid Trevor Lawrence all that money. Trevor Lawrence looks like ass. Now you got them winning double-digit games and hosting a playoff game. I didn't see that coming. So when I'm just talking about bands of difference, and it's to take nothing away from what he's done in Seattle. But when Liam was done in Jacksonville, I would vote for Liam. He ain't gonna win, but to me, given the powers in the AFC and the fact they got to where they were, I gotta give that man his credit.
Oh, he did a hell of a job, no doubt about it, Liam Cole. I'm not taking anything away from him either, but I'm going to go with the guy that finished number one seed in this conference on the doorstep of going to the Super Bowl, and yet no one thought Mike McDaniel was going to lead this team this season.
You can't do that, though. It's a regular season award. As far as
but even if you just look at the regular season, he had a better regular season, and that was not expected.
Okay, so I guess if we just use our criteria on different things, I thought Seattle was going to be a really good team coming into the season. I did not think they were going to be the one seed, and I will.
Did you think they were going to win the division?
I figured they might because the 49ers always have bad injuries, and Arizona was going to be Arizona. So
but everybody thought the Rams were the favorite going into the season.
Listen, I did, but nobody thought the Jaguars was the favorite in their division going into the season.
Mm-hmm. Nobody thought the Seahawks were either.
But everybody thought Seattle was a better team than Jacksonville coming into the season. True or false?
Valid points, but the bottom line is Seattle finished with number one seed from a regular season record.
They did. I said, to me, for my criteria, it's the bands of difference. I thought Seattle would be this. They end up being this. I thought Jacksonville was going to be this, and they end up being that. To me, that's coaching. If you can bridge a broader gap in terms of what we thought you was going to be and then what you end up being at the end of the regular season, is the only reason why I would say that for Liam Jackson.
And arguably, Jacksonville's got a better quarterback. He was number one pick in the draft. Well, Sam Darnold was picked in the top 5, 2 or 3 overall as well. It just took a little while. Both of these guys took a little while to hit their stride. as starting quarterbacks. Both of them hell of a jobs.
Listen,
Yeah.
you had to give them that. But we was at the point coming to the season with Trevor where we are now. I think we should be with CJ.
Yeah.
Do you give him that money?
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can go wrong with either pick. That's just my own.
The Texans are gonna have a tough decision to make here soon.
Yes,
and it's
they
tough,
are.
right? It's tough, right? Because you look at the division, right? Because Colts were on fire. Then Daniel Jones gets hurt. They weren't expected to do anything, and then so it was kind of, you thought it was going to be Texans Colts. And then you're like, Jaguars come out of nowhere, like you said, JQ. We knew that Titans were going to be at the bottom, but it was a surprising year. And who would have thought if Daniel Jones didn't get hurt, what would happen with the Colts? So that was kind of an interesting situation too. So that would have been an interesting division race, I would say, more than we thought, honestly.
Yeah. The Colts were starting to slide a little bit even before Daniel Jones.
They were getting some,
people started to figure it out.
Figure them out, yeah. I mean, it was still like, but it showed you that they were definitely they needed a solid quarterback, and Anthony Richardson is not the guy. So that's.
But he's going to be a high. There are a lot of with this draft class being so weak at the quarterback position. There's going to be some quarterbacks here and free agents that are going to get overpaid. Daniel Jones will be one of them. Mac Jones will be another one.
Listen, Malik Willis. Listen, Malik Willis has played solid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll see. Let's do a quick early look at the 2026 college football season, guys, and then we're going to talk about Miami landing Damian Wilson. So we can talk about a real quick thought for that, Rob.
Well, looking at it right now, you have, in my opinion, you got to put Oregon number one going into next season. They got Dante Moore coming back. Ugungle, the edge rusher, he's coming back, surprisingly. And Jamari Johnson, they had a Kenyon Sadiq tight end who's going on the draft, but Jamari Johnson was a top NFL prospect at tight end as well, and he's coming back for Oregon. The Corian Moore, wide receivers coming back. So you look at talent that's coming back. You got to put Oregon. In my opinion, you got to put them number one. I got Ohio State number two right now. Obviously, they got the quarterback Julian Sain coming back. Got Bo Jackson and Jeremiah Smith, so they should have a good offense with those guys.
Chris Henry Jr.
And you get Chris Henry Jr. We'll see how he plays as a freshman. Yeah, that's true. And so I have them at number two. I got Georgia at number three just because of Kirby Smart, their stability. Gunnar Stockton is coming back. I don't think he's great, but he's steady. So they'll still be a steady program. They're going to still be good on defense. They won the last two SEC championship games. I got Notre Dame at number four. I think C.J. Carr is in a Heisman conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He really played well at the end of the season, this past season. And they were a team. I know they just missed the playoffs. I thought they should have got in over Alabama, in my personal opinion. But Notre Dame was a hot team, and he probably was a team you didn't want to face in the playoffs this year. So I got them at number four. And to round out my top five, I got Texas. Arch Manley did show a lot of improvement toward the end of the year, last 5-6 games. I think that's going to carry over to next year. And they got the number one wide receiver in the transfer portal, was a 5-star recruit, Cam Cameron from Auburn, transferring to Texas. So he's going to have another big-time weapon for him to help him on the perimeter. So those are my top five as of right now. But the transfer portal is not closed yet, so there's still a lot of action out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Watch Miami, though, because if they get Mensah from Duke, look out.
Well, the problem with that is they got to get Malachi to come back. So that's a big blow. I was surprised they even put his name in the portal. So to me, you're from there. Y'all just made the championship game. When you enter the portal, to me that means that there are some things behind the scenes that we just maybe not have been told about yet. That maybe not come out to the light. But at this point.
But you know what you're seeing with a lot of these players that are hitting the portal, they are really just testing to see what kind of money they get. A lot of them are going right back to the schools that they were leaving from. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tony's right back at Miami. He's just testing to see what's the top dollar he can get and see if Miami will match it. So you've seen that with a lot of these players.
Yes.
The quarterback of Washington, Damon Williams.
He was wow.
Well, I think it's going to be good next year.
Yep.
And
they're going to be watching. They're going to be 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3, 10-2 at best. You're right. But yeah, they'll be better next year for sure. But yeah, a lot of these players are hitting the portal. I mean, obviously there's a lot of movement in the portal too, but there's a lot of players that are going in the portal and they're going right back to the schools that they were at too. You're seeing that a lot.
No, I agree. It just shocked me for him because to me he's the 1B to Jeremiah Smith, where everybody's like, man, if you get that dude on your team, you got to account for him every play. You get him Mensa coming from a quarterback. If maybe he knows something we don't know about Mensa, and maybe he knows that if we don't get Mensa, that means our quarterback room is ass. Like when you lose in Carson, but I think it's this: if you're losing Carson Beck and the money you pay Carson Beck and the money you paid Bain and what was this Missouri? I forget his last name. The other defensive end,
Isidore.
Isidore. So to me, that means that there should be money freed up because to me, Malachi Tony is far and away the one dude you got to pay if you're Miami. So how does he have to hit the portal to see what kind of money he can make? Miami's supposed to be like, bro, we got you.
Michael Irvin's got money.
Right. Like whatever Jeremiah we'll give you a penny more. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like there's some people that on the Miami roster I can see in the offensive lineman, he's gonna be a top 5 pick. You know, you got dudes coming off that Miami team that I'm sure they had to pay good money to. That to where do you reallocate those funds? Like this, I guess for one. But to me, Malachi Tony's got to be the dude that you look at immediately to upgrade his money, given what he did for your program, and him having to say, I don't like what y'all talking about. Let me hit this portal. I just want to see that coming. He might go back, and you're right. He might go back. I was just shocked that he even had to do that.
I'd be shocked if he leaves. Be honest. You know,
what about Dylan
Raiola? Train get him to come to LSU.
Rich was asking about Dylan real quick.
Listen, he did. What's that? Blaine, junior college. Blaine. Where did Cam go to? Come on, man. That dude's been ass.
Who's ass?
Raiola.
Okay, that's what.
Dylan Raiola.
Yeah. That's what Rich was asking about that.
He couldn't be on my team. He has played for 8 different high schools and colleges at this point. Once you're at that point, how do I even trust you? Because if he was that good, you wouldn't have to move around like that.
There you go, Rich. He wants opportunity. You better sit your ass down and take it.
If you're that guy, they're not gonna let you leave, especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah. Keep on doubting Indiana, Rob. It's all good, man. You know, I'm just saying.
They got a lot to replace.
We got to replace.
Yep.
So
you saw that old dude. You know he got to be a senior. I seen y'all picture today.
That's funny. That's funny.
21-year senior.
We got Josh Hoover's coming from TCU. That's the QB. Nick Marsh from Michigan State. We got Turbo Richard. We got a couple guys. Obviously, we may lose.
He's saying we now. He's not Georgia Tech.
Dylan Pons. And we got.
I had a mouthful of food. I said, "Oh, it's we now, huh?"
Smith too. We got Carter. So we got some things to work on.
We got it.
And the Georgia Tech side, you know, we got his brother. So we got Alberto Mendoza. So we're good, man. We're good on that side too, man. So, you know, I can kind of go both ways, man. Hey, man, Gary has 2 teams. He's got Miami and Oregon. I can do the same thing, man. So let's go. I finally got a champion. I need this. America. I need this. Let's go. Come on, man.
Need it like a fat kid need cake, right?
I need it, man.
My face before I was trying to get it out, and you said it. I said, we.
That's right. I need it,
Speaking
man.
French over there now. Huh?
I need it, man. That's right, man. I need it, America, man. Man, I'm loyal, but I've been picking wrong. Not anymore. Let's go. You got the red, got the shirt. We're champions, baby. We are the champions.
I ain't never heard him talk about we with Indiana University a day in life knowing it.
Fighting till the end.
I think I got Indiana top 10. We'll see though. Still more portal.
It's a lot. I know. Obviously, I'm being facetious, but I mean, there's no surprises. But you got to trust the cash.
You're losing your Heisman Trophy quarterback. Like that's a lot to replace.
It is a lot. Yeah. I mean, it's just one guy, man. We got it, man. We got.
Can Hoover be that guy? I don't know. We'll have to see.
That's a lot of footsteps to step into. Like that's almost like
we have 0 5 stars.
Mendoza was a leader too. You got to look beyond that too. Not only was he a good quarterback, not only was a Heisman winner, but he was a leader.
We got a good coach, man. You can't just build everything about one person. I get you, man. So you can do what you got to do, man. So it's all good, man. we'll be fine, man. We're gonna make this happen, man. So
We gonna be fine.
Big Ten, let's go. Come on, JQ. Big Ten, JQ, let's go, man. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
He's trying to get you on his side now. Big Ten.
I'm just selling it, man. I'm just selling it. I'm playing Michael Irvin. So let's talk about Miami, right? So they get Damian Wilson, right? So this is a huge win. Now Miami, man, he had 9 sacks and 12 QB hurries at Missouri, which is third in the SEC. You have to replace 28 combined sacks with both Bain and Messidor in 20. They're both like top 10 picks, man. So you're like, hey, man, how much do I got to give? It's gonna have some impact, but I agree with you, like JQ, like, man, you gotta lock up Tony too, man. I don't know how that even happened, but that's a big deal for Miami. Cristobal is like, yeah, he's making some dues, but that's still kind of surprising to me too. So he's an immediate replacement for sure, unless somebody comes out and
Damon Wilson had a chance to come into the draft, and he could have been. I had a second round grade on him, but he had a chance to sneak into the back end of that first round. So he's definitely a talented guy.
Yeah.
And I think by coming back to school, maybe working with Jason Taylor, that could be a chance he can move into that top 10, top 15 range in next year's draft, right? Yeah. And we always say these are tough decisions to make. We talked about that with Dante Moore. It was the last week and the week before last, I believe.
Yep.
But if everything goes well for Damon Wilson, he can improve his draft stocks for next year for sure.
JQ's got nothing on that. Oh, what are you thinking?
Like that. I mean, I can see where he would go there. I can see why they would want him. He's got the production, and if you look at what like those two you just talked about, can I maximize the production? And playing the ACC is easier than playing the SEC, especially in Missouri. It is. I just to me that's wild. And have you not seen the whole Philip Dorsett and Uncle Luke back and forth about the Miami kids leaving and what they need to do to keep them home and all that? Like, it's the internal fight in Miami is bad. That's what it was like. It's bad. When you get a chance to look up, remember Philip Dorsett? He was a wide receiver for Miami.
Yep, I do remember. Yep,
when he was been going at Uncle Luke, and they've been trading barbs on social media. And I don't know if that's got anything to do with Uncle Tony is in the portal, but sometimes there's smoke, there's fire, right?
Yeah.
So,
wow, interesting. Talk really quickly. You guys have any top portal additions you guys want to discuss before we get into some Heisman and some top QBs and stuff like that?
Well, we talked about Cam Coleman, wide receiver from Auburn going to Texas. That's going to give Arch Manning another big time. I mean, 6'3", 200 pounds, good speed, good size. Obviously he was a 5-star recruit. He had a game this year. We had like 10 catches and 143 yards against Vanderbilt, and he had JQ throwing the ball to him, right?
and they lost.
Yeah. Now, obviously, he's going to have a better quarterback and a better system. So I expect that to be a big one. Brendan Sorsby, I think Texas Tech gave him like $5 million to go there.
Wow.
That's money.
That's Cincinnati. I was like, really?
Yeah.
They're going to find out. You know who they're going to be? Who was their quarterback this year that went out there and was awful in that playoff game against Oregon? He's going to do the same goddamn thing.
Obviously LSU lane train getting Sam Levitt. Obviously that's a big deal. But he's coming off a Liz Frank injury too, so we got to see how he progresses. I don't think he's going to practice much in the spring, so we're probably not going to really see him until the fall. But obviously he's a veteran quarterback. We just have to see how he comes back from that injury. The big one out there right now is Jordan Seaton, big offensive tackle from Colorado. He's a 5-star recruit. He's already leaving Dion after 1 year. And, lane train has been on him like white on rice. Uh-oh. So all reports are that he's probably going to go to LSU, but he hasn't made an official commitment yet. And then, of course, with Darian Mensah obviously leaning toward Miami, if that happens, he would be a huge addition for Miami. And Darian Mensah, man, this kid was only like a 3-star recruit coming out of high school.
That's crazy.
Played at Tulane, had a big-time year at Tulane. Then he went to Duke for $4 million, and now Miami's probably going to pay him more than that. So he's a guy. He's talented. He can throw the ball. He's mobile. He can run. And when he comes out, Darren Mintz is more than likely going to be a first-round pick. I mean, that's as much he's ascended from not being really a highly recruited guy, but he's definitely going to be a big-time NFL prospect when he comes out. So he'll be eligible for the draft on next year. So he's going to play 2 years, one at Tulane. So he'll be one of those guys on Sunday Night Football, Darian Mintz, Tulane, Duke, and Miami.
Listen, but you messing with them nerves at Duke. They're looking at that contract like, here are the bylaws and this line in this contract you signed. I don't know. I don't know how you navigate that, because you don't want Duke to come out there and be mad to be there and tank it, but he can't tank because he needs to improve his draft stock. So he's also caught in a trick bag. I don't know if he goes to Miami. But unless Duke says, hey, we want $5.5 million, we want $4 million back that we're gonna pay you, plus we want something for our pain and suffering.
Word on the street is Miami is willing to pay him out of that contract, so we'll see.
What?
Yeah.
But Duke is still in the driver's seat. Duke can ask for something crazy.
Yeah. So we'll have to see how that all shakes out.
Prince signed the contract.
Edge rusher from Ole Miss, Prince Will Yamamilan. His older brother plays for the Carolina Panthers. He's leaving Ole Miss and following Lane Kiffin to go to LSU. So he's one of the top edge rushers in the portal. Had over 9 sacks at Ole Miss this past year. So he's another big-time get for LSU. So those are some of the top ones in the portal that's leaving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's talk about really quickly. I'm going to throw you a bone with Nebraska here. Man, they are rolling. Price Sanford, if he was playing football. Wait, no, he's playing basketball. They are 9-0. They're 19-0, number 7. Just beat Washington. Your boy is a scoring machine, 23 points, if you will, and they beat some top schools, right? So you talk about a squad it's not a story anymore. They're actually putting it down, man, for the hardwood, man.
We're talking about the Miami Redhawks in Ohio. They undefeated too.
That's true too.
Yeah. Yep, they're one of the best mid-majors for sure.
Yeah.
I want to see how Nebraska plays. I mean, obviously they played Michigan this Tuesday night, and Michigan might have one of the best front courts in America, with Dave Maurer at center and Yaxu Lundenberg power forward, right? And they're veterans too. Both of those guys are probably going to be first-round picks in the draft. So that's the game I'm looking for on Tuesday night when Nebraska goes to Michigan. I don't think Nebraska has played Purdue or Michigan yet.
Yeah,
so I mean, obviously Nebraska's playing well, no doubt about it. They're moving the ball
State,
well.
Wisconsin, Michigan State is who they beat, which are pretty good squads.
Yeah, they beat Tom Izzo. Yeah. So I mean, definitely a legit team, and definitely they've been a big time surprise, and they're disciplined. They're moving the ball well. They got a good system, playing good defense. So yeah, you got to give them credit where credit is due, but I'm waiting to see how they handle Michigan here on Tuesday night. That game's in Michigan, so it's going to be tough.
Yep. We'll give you your bone. Yankees. Talk about Yankees. Bring back Bellinger, Rob. Throw your bone, man. There you go.
Well, I think the question is, does this put them at the top of the division? And I don't think it puts us at the top of winning the World Series, but I do think it puts us at the top of the division. When you look at the Blue Jays losing Bo Bichette, I think that was a huge loss for them.
He was hurt, and they still did what they did when he was hurt.
Man, but look how well he played in the World Series, though. Man, he was awesome
they got
in
to the World Series without him.
Well,
you
got to realize, too, the Yankees are getting Gary Cole back, too. So we didn't have Gary Cole last year. So I think
that's fair.
Yeah. So I think it puts us at the top of the division, but I don't think it puts us as a favorite to win the World Series. Not what the Dodgers doing, the way they spend the money. And they overpaid Kyle Tucker just so they can get him.
Listen, we headed to a lockout.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, baseball's got to get it together, man. The salary cap, man, it's ridiculous.
And the fact that when those local TV deals like the Root and the Bally's, and when they went bankrupt and they allowed the Dodgers to buy it out and keep all their television revenue. The Dodgers, I believe, are the only ones that own their own local television revenue. They don't have to share with nobody. I said, well, damn. It's LA. You gonna keep all their local television revenue to themselves? They got to share with nobody.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
It's Japan West too, man. They get all the good Japanese players.
Listen, but they're what are they? They're the first market, aren't they now? And New York is too. And you let them keep all their television revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And you let them defer payments and a decade out. What are you supposed to do with that?
Yeah. I just want to really throw this out here real too. So I know we were talking about this. I'm happy that Andrew Jones made it to the Hall, 9th year being on the ballot. And again, we talk about the challenge that I know he kind of slid, later on in his career. But I mean, he's the only player in history to win like 10 consecutive Gold Gloves in center field, hit 400 plus home runs. And like I said, he's tied with Ken Griffey Jr. and Al Klein, whatever. Only Willie Mays has more at that position with 12. And so, I mean, I know there's a lot of questions about that too, but I'm just happy he finally made it to the Hall, man. So
I'm mad that I lost my phone in the back of my photos. So I have a picture with Andrew Jones when he was here at the baseball fest that I no longer can locate. But I still got the signature that he gave me of his picture when I was there. So I still got the memory.
Yeah.
And the sign thing, but yeah, Andrew Jones was the beast. It was ridiculous. It took this long.
Yeah.
So shout out to Andrew Jones.
Obviously, Beltran made it. Chase Utley, Hernandez, Manny Ramirez, those were great things. But it's just like, man, it's just like Andrew Jones, man. I mean, obviously we know him for his defense, but that dude was like a vacuum in center field, man. I mean, it was just even Willie Mays was like, yeah, that dude is a center fielder, man. So you gotta give him some props. So I just wanted to make sure we got that in there as well. We'll talk about what's happening with the Lakers really quick. I'll let you swallow that. I just want to say really quickly about Steve Kerr. Believe it or not, he's not. The Warriors assistants are operating under the assumption that he's not going to return. Contract
like he ain't gonna return.
What'd you say?
Acting like he ain't gonna return.
Yeah,
but still, first of all, you got Kuminga. You don't even play him, and then
that dude
is the last dude off the bench. Come on, Steve.
They're 8th in the West.
He's finally got to play Kuminga now that Jimmy Butler's out for the season.
Yeah.
He was like the last dude in the rotation the other day after Butler got hurt. I said, now you're just being petty.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. So he signed a 2-year extension in 2024. It's going to expire to this season. He may just walk out and be like, I'm out. So again, Warriors, let you do your things. I wish Marcy was on, but I just want to let you know about that because that, walk out.
I saw it, and he's 100% done. He doesn't. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say on the stream because I don't want to lose viewers.
Right.
I think there's a certain level of dude that he wants. And I think he made an exception for Draymond because I think Draymond was there when he got there. But in terms of him, and you saw them get into it a couple weeks ago where Draymond left. There's a certain level of dude, wink, wink, that he wants to have on his team. And I don't think Kuminga's one. He could have drafted Anthony Edwards. He didn't do it. Like, if you go back and look at Boogie Cousins talks about it, and he was right. It just seems like he's got a preference and definitely a bias. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Talking about the Lakers, listen, he was their savior. What are you talking about? You do realize in back-to-back drafts, you took Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball, when you could have had Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. What the Celtics got, the Lakers could have had. They passed on both of those dudes, drafting the back-to-back drafts at number 2. After Kobe, and that was after Kobe retired, you missed on both of them in back-to-back drafts. You end up getting LeBron, who brought you Anthony Davis, even though he's plastic, man, but you know what he did? Got you a championship. What are you doing? What are you talking about? But that being said, LeBron got a guy.
all that.
No. Because both things can be true. At that point in time, I think he still had enough in the tank.
Yeah.
With that, and getting Anthony Davis, you know where Anthony Davis got you? Luka Doncic. So so there's some pieces you have to give him credit for. Right. But what I'm holding him accountable for is still wanting to be paid $58 million or 54, whatever the hell it is, at 40-something years old when I would trade Austin Reeves. Listen, Rich Paul was wilding for saying it out loud. But if they could have got Jaren Jackson to pair him with Luka Doncic and tell LeBron to go away and take that $54 million and get 3 other dudes who are 25 to play roles around Jaren Jackson and Luka Doncic, I'm a Lakers fan first. I want that long term. You using your listen, $54 million for a 40-year-old dude is wow.
Yeah, and the free agent mark, this is not a great year for free agency, too. So, obviously, LeBron's contract is going to be off the Lakers' books this offseason. And so, this is not the year. But they'll have the flexibility to make trades. So, that could help them. The free agents might not be there, but they'll have the flexibility to possibly add some more salaries via trade because of the salary cap space that
You are being nice, and I appreciate you, Robert Ford. You are being nice. These dudes don't want to play with LeBron right now because he's old, and if they go there and they don't win, you know who can get blamed? They are. So you let him walk away, and then dudes might take that 18 to 20 million. Now you can get 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just saying by this offseason, they'll have the salary cap space to make the moves.
Yeah.
Because we know LeBron's not coming back to the Lakers. He may not even play basketball anymore after this. He just might be his last season.
That MF going to play.
Shout out to really quickly prayers for.
Oh man,
looks like she may have had a stroke, so we're gonna make sure that Gary's mom is okay. I know they're following after that too. So yeah, he just texted us, so we're just gonna. I know we put that out there, but just make sure that his mom's okay. So prayers out. Rich, thanks you for checking on that too, Rich, as well. But a little tough because he had to leave pretty abruptly. So we're just again thoughts and prayers out to the family, and hope you guys text that as well, man. So.
Yeah, no, yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what to say after that. Yeah, that sucks. Sorry, Gary.
Nah, you're fine. Well, we'll wrap this up, man, because again, I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about. We can do that, and then we'll wrap up this edition,
No, you let me get my Laker rant out. I'm good.
Yeah, man. Happy. I know I did a 360. I am actually in full agreement of the Kevin Stefanski hire for the Falcons, which is 300. No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I am. You know why?
Listen, wait a minute. I'm gonna need you to expound.
Yeah, well, because I did some soul searching. No, I just looked up some stuff, and there's a good YouTube who talked about kind of his history because he's actually been around for the following people: Brad Childress. No, I'm just joking. Norv Turner.
That motherfucker said Brad Childress. Wow.
He was there. He was there for.
I ain't heard that name in a long time. Wow. Go ahead. It just caught me off guard. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were looking at the history. This is when he first broke into the league. This is who you hang around: Norv Turner, originally Mike Shanahan, and Gary Kubiak, not Clint Kubiak. So these were kind of his mentors, and along with that McVay, all that stuff too. So he's been around some good coaches. So again, I wanted Clint Kubiak, but he's actually from that same kind of tree and environment, and we're going to pound the ball. We're going to have an identity. We're going to run the ball, and so he got Bill Callahan, which is one of the greatest offensive lineman coaches. So. I mean, anywhere Bill comes, I mean, obviously he didn't do well at Tennessee because, with his son Brian, that was a dumpster fire. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened, but but we're gonna run the ball, man. So I like the concepts. I think he kind of got a raw deal, obviously with the Browns, and the first season he got there, man. Yeah, go ahead. He took him, man, to the playoffs, man. So I'm okay with the hire. I know it sounds weird that I made a complete shift. I'm like, you know what? That's actually not.
That's what I said. You saw my face. I said.
Yeah.
So the only thing is, and I don't root against the Falcons. I root for the Falcons to do well. I mean, don't hurt my feelings when they lose, like when the Bengals lose. But Penix ain't gonna be there. And if you're giving Kirk Cousins again, I feel like how's that gonna be any different than him trying to do it with, Shador and Dylan Gabriel in this first season release?
Yeah,
I feel like it's gonna be this.
He's a third round, and we don't. I mean, at least Penix had some type of, I think Penix has a good arm. Now, again, he's been working out.
Penix got me in your ACL, so you got to be like a 6 for 6 ACL surgery.
I understand that. I understand. No one's we don't really know. Like I said, we're out of the building.
And JQ, you always talk about CJ Stroud not running. Penix never runs.
Well, he didn't run because he didn't whatever. So
he didn't want to blow it out of that badass turf at the damn stadium. Shit.
We don't. It's good. So we don't know. Like I'm kind of curious what Kevin's plan is because you may be like, hey, We're going to try, the preseason, or we're going to reset for 2027. We got to trade for Mac Jones. He's not a free agent. So
he got 1 year left on his deal. You're right.
Yeah. So Mac Jones, Malik Willis wants to get. Who's going to want to sit here and be like, So either A, you're going to have to.
Listen, if I was Malik Willis, I would come here and show the hell out and say, hey, you can cut that old dude and give me his money. And then me and Pitts can battle it out. But you know what? Pitts ain't got no UCL, no ACL, no MCL, no PCL. If you can't beat out Michael Penix and Malik Willis right now, then you have lost life already as trying to be a starting quarterback. If I'm Malik Willis, you're going to give me London. You can get Pitts back on the low.
Yeah.
I don't know how you don't get out there back. It's a running back market. And you got London, and you probably have more sacks than you ever had in your franchise history. Yeah. If I'm Malik Willis, I would come straight to Atlanta and say,
do you have the money? That's the question, too. Do you have the money to kind of pay for him? I don't know what the Falcons are going to do. Like I said, that's why we kind of did stuff with Kirk. I'm not trying to I know I make jokes about Kirk, but the reason why they cut him because they don't want to pay him all that money up front. Now, you can spread it over the last 2 years. They did restructure it, but if they cut him before March 1st, they're like, you got to take less money to come back. I don't think Kirk wants to do that, But again, I don't know. That's why I'm not messing with you. I mean, Flacco was out there. That's the dude, man. That's the dude that may be like, hey, just give us 1 year.
Kirk Cousins quietly didn't play terribly down the
stretch. He didn't play bad. I'm not saying he played.
They were better with them.
I can't believe he spent
all this time on the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm not. Well, Rob. It's all good, man. You can jump off, Rob. If you
Y'all
want.
Got me 2-1 here, man. It's ridiculous.
No, I mean, I was. We talked about all the topics. I figured, it was just like a lot.
I'm talking
about. But I will say this though, and I've said this on the show. I do think Kevin Stefanski is a good coach.
Great coach.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say a great coach.
Coach.
But I mean, we haven't put him in that category yet. But I still think that the Falcons made a mistake firing Raheem Morris after 2 seasons. And, to me, that was you got to give a coach at least third year to try to build his program. And he won the last 4 games. I mean, he had some momentum. And we looked at the history of the NFL. Now, I hate the Falcons. I want them to lose every game, right? But if I'm just being objective here, teams that end the season on a high note, a lot of times that carries over to the next season, right? So, to me, that was a bad decision on the Falcons' part. But I do think Kevin Stefanski is better than his record is.
Yeah.
No, it ain't. Because you want Raheem Morris, and go 7-10 or 8-9 every year and beat him.
What is that?
You want him to be 7-10 and 8-9 every year because that's who that dude is. Listen, I didn't want that dude. His time management. I watched that fool Drake want to score a touchdown and be so mad at Raheem Morris and his offensive coordinator. He walked away and just threw the ball into the bottom of the stands. And didn't you want to talk to him after a touchdown catch? You know what I'm talking about, Dre? That play?
Yeah.
I said, oh no, there are things going on with Raheem Morris where they gave up on him a minute ago.
But it wasn't lasted 4 games. How they gave up on him?
They did that in spite of him. There was
yeah. Once you got rid of Ike Hilliard, there's a lot of things happening too.
And they beat the Rams.
Well, but,
they did. Those last couple of games really didn't play great either. If you go back,
you play in spite. We barely beat the Saints, man. I mean, we survived the Saints, man.
They beat somebody they ain't supposed to beat and losing somebody they ain't supposed to lose to, and that's part of Raheem Morris.
Well, the Saints actually played good ball at the end of the year too. Obviously, the Saints had Jaquan Jenkins and Andre Peterson playing wide receiver in that game.
We tried to throw us under the bus, man.
I mean, we had no Chris Olave. We had a bunch of dudes who weren't even on the roster at the beginning of the season. Off a team that wasn't even good in the first place.
Yeah, no, I listen. I agree, but why I also take that for if I'm a Malik Willis, and when I was talking about Harbaugh, the winnability of where you are around. If I wanted to be, because especially for a quarterback, and this is a big decision for Malik Willis, right? Like you went, you got drafted, it didn't work out in Tennessee. You went to Green Bay, and spurts and starts, you've shown, hey, that you could probably be a competent quarterback. This decision of where to go is really, really, really big for him. My thing is, if you're going to give me, I walk in the building, you're trying to court me, man. Who are you re-signing? Now you say Stefanski's an offensive dude, right? And again, the division, you don't have to. There are divisions out there like the NFC West where you win 11 games, you're the 5 or 6 seed. You win 11 games, you'll win the NFC South by 2 or 3 games probably right now.
Yeah.
Right? So if that's the decision I'm making with the talent they have and what's going on in the division, if I'm signing a 2 or 3 year, I'd rather come to Atlanta with that talent and the ability to win 11 games and win the division and be closer to a 2 seed than, going somewhere else and you win 11 games, the NFC North and the NFC West, where you feel win the division, you're the 5 or the 6 seed. You know what I mean? So you got to weigh that, especially when that next step of, hey, here's where I'm going. Like Sam Darnold in Minnesota, I think he looks around before Ben Johnson gets to Chicago. You see the injuries in Detroit. He was like, man, they got a good defense. They got Justin Jefferson. They got Addison. They got Hawkinson. Like they got pieces. And I can still, you just can't go nowhere and mess around and be 5-12 because they're gonna talk about your black ass if you choose the wrong team. So
yeah. I will say this, Rob. I mean, I was a fan of Raheem for the first. I was excited because he brought energy and some positivity, which I was like, yeah, this is a good coach. I love the press conferences, but it got old real fast. And I think the challenge with that is, and we've talked about this. Anytime that you get an organization, you don't get a first time anything. He got a first time defensive coordinator. He had to fire Jimmy Lake. He got a first time offensive coordinator calling plays at all. Not even, in college. This is his first time as Zach Robinson. So that wasn't a good decision. So at least with Stefanski, at least he can come in and say, hey, let me call these plays. Let me do this. Let me rewrite the ship. You know what I'm saying? You left Ulbrich alone. I got to focus on that. You get a special teams coordinator. We're good. So there's things that,
Well, how Arthur Smith get 3 years and he went 7-10, and Raheem got 2 years, 8-9.
Well, that's a different conversation. Why Arthur Smith is still getting head coaching interviews?
That dude sucks. Oh my God, that dude sucks.
Well, you know the deal, man. All these coaches are just being recycled.
Well, he didn't have Derrick Henry to turn around and hand the ball off to either, so that's another conversation.
Well, he got fired for having a terrible offense in Atlanta, and he got hired as the offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh and took that same shitty offense to Pittsburgh, and is still getting head coaching interviews. I was like, how?
He keeps learning his lesson. I don't even know.
All these coaches, all they doing is just being recycled, man.
Well,
Kevin Stefanski from Cleveland to Atlanta, and
that was a little different. It's not like it's like Marty Schottenheimer here, like 10 jobs and 10 jobs deep or anything like that. But I see what you're saying.
The Arthur Smith thing is incredibly wild to me. I'm gonna need a 30 for 30 on that shit in a couple of years. I'm gonna need it.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Man, be careful what you ask for, man. If Zach Taylor gets fired, they may hire Arthur Smith.
Oh, damn.
Listen, I'll take all that shit outside in the middle of the street and give me some lighter fluid. Goddamn block party. We can make some chili and make some
make some of that good Cincinnati chili.
Well, listen, right over it, just like the.
Yeah, man, he will take that offense and be like, "Hey, let's get some more tight ends."
Yeah.
Hey, Jonnu Smith. Hey, Jonnu.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonnu. Like the it guy. Hey, Jonnu.
Him and Nagy. Who's hiring Nagy? Like, you had Patrick Mahomes. You finished 15th in points. You went to Chicago. And that offense was terrible. Why are you still getting head coaching interviews? How?
They must have pictures of something. There's no way.
All these teams recycle coaches, man. That's all they do.
Like I said, I know that's a shock. Poor Gina. Shout out to your wife, Rob, because she was like, well, I know she was probably surprised because Dre made it there's a good video. Kind of, it's hard to be a good head coach. You have to have, head coaching experience and to be successful. So again, they figure that you learn after the first time, right? That's what you're supposed to do, right? You make a couple mistakes. You like, hey, I would do this differently.
There have been some that's gotten better the second time. Bill Belichick.
My ownership, we weren't in the same. That's an extreme because you had Tom Brady can make anyone look good. But I get you. But ownership, GM, all that comes into play, right? Because it's the same thing. Like if you're GM and head coach on the same page, you're like, well, I'm drafting 2 quarterbacks. Like what the hell? And you know those guys ain't good. Dylan Gabriel shit. Like that's why you're trying to start Flacco. He's like, nope, I'm gonna trade Flacco because you're gonna play my guys. He's like, what the hell? Now I gotta play you guys. I ain't calling plays here.
But if you look at it, most of the coaches that get second chances as head coach, if they didn't do well the first time,
it's rare.
They usually don't do well the second time.
Yeah. Well.
Now, some of them, like Andy Reid, he had success, right? And then he got a second job. But I'm saying the coaches that didn't do well the first time didn't get a second chance.
I can say
There's only a few coaches that did well the second time. Bill Belichick, You probably stopped counting after him.
I was trying to find somebody else. I was like, shit. Well, no, Pete Carroll.
McCarthy did some stuff.
But Pete Carroll had some success though. He took teams to playoffs.
Did Mike McCarthy do well? Mike McCarthy's at Green Bay, right? Then he went to Dallas, right? Right?
Yeah, Mike McCarthy won the Super Bowl. I'm talking about coaches that didn't do well their first time at all.
Okay.
And didn't get a second chance.
Okay.
There are very few. And, Belichick was in Cleveland for 5 years. He took him to the playoffs one time. So, I mean, you could arguably say he had little success, but ultimately.
That's why I threw Pete Carroll into it, because, I mean, Pete Carroll then went to the second place and had the ultimate success with getting 2 Super Bowls and winning 1. So, but yeah, that list is short.
Got to be on the same page. All right, Rob, let's get ready to wrap up another edition, because I know you don't want to talk no more about Falcons here and all that fun stuff.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Long day.
It's all good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in for another edition of Talking Sports with the 12th Man. We'll be back next week. We'll know who's playing in the Super Bowl, so you definitely don't want to miss us on next week. We don't know what night we're going to be on yet, so stay tuned. Follow us on Talking Sports with the 12th Man on our Facebook page. Follow us on Talking Sports with the 12th Man, our YouTube channel. We will keep you posted of what night we're going to be on next week. You don't want to miss it. All right, everyone. Good night.
Check out the hot takes too. Rob put his post another mock draft. He didn't talk about that as well, but post that.
Yeah. I didn't put it on the topics tonight. I gave it a break, but yes, I do have a 4-round mock draft posted on our Talking Sports with a 12th Man Facebook page, so you definitely gotta check it out.
Follow JQ for Country Night. Just keep doing it, man. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
You probably be hearing that music in your sleep, man, JQ.
While I wake up at 5:30 in the morning for no reason, just to show me when sweat. You never have to
Feel like you're in the backwoods of Tennessee. Huh?
There it is.
Running from the news.
Thanks, Gary. Hope your mom is doing okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be safe, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great weekend.
All right,
All right.
Be safe.